Hey guys, I just recently updated my free SplineMesh package, and there's quite a few cool features that have been introduced. There are two ways to install the package. The recommended way is to first install Git in your PC, then head over to github.com/anand/SplineMesh. The link will be in the description. Click on code, click on HTTPS, and then copy this URL. Then you go to Unity, Ctrl-0 to open the package manager, click on this plus icon, install package from Git URL, and then you paste that link. And you hit install. I will be uploading this package to the asset store. Once it's live, the link will be in the description. This way, if you click on this, you can update the package whenever a new update has arrived. Cool. The other way is to go to github.com/anand/SplineMeshUnity, which will contain the Unity package for this thing. Right now, it hasn't been updated. It's still 1.4. When the video is live, I will make sure that it is updated. You can just download the zip file and then install the Unity package directly by double clicking on it. But that way you need to make sure that Splines package is installed and the FBX exporter package is installed. The original way installs it as a dependency automatically. Also, here you can click on samples and then import the conveyor belt, road creation, and train track sample. I'm going to import my train tracks. Now I can click on this, go to spline mode, and as usual, I can select a point and then change the shape, even rotate the spline so that the mesh takes the curvature of the spline. With the new update, you can select a mesh. In this case, I'm selecting the tracks blend, which uses the blend file. And I can go to SplineMesh. This is a custom window, and you can export the selected mesh to an FBX file. I'm just going to create a new folder, FBX. You can save it to anywhere in your system, and then save it as tracks blend. And now you can see an FBX file has been generated. If I open Blender, drag and drop it here, import the prefab, there you go. The only issue is that the origin would be at the center, and then you can just simply right click and then origin to geometry, and then the origin will be shifted there. And you can zero things out if you want it back on the center. Or you can just move this to the origin and click on export directly. Then you can see all the materials and everything are preserved. And if you want to go and fine tune certain things, for example, here, you can see there's a lot of mesh overlap. And that's because of the weird curvature of the mesh. These are custom meshes. The issue happens because of poor curvature. The point is right here. So you can fix it by just moving things around and see what works. And maybe even rotating the mesh. And there you go. The issue is solved here. So you can fix all those things, add new textures and shaders and stuff like that, clean up extra vertices if you don't need that much. Another thing that you can do is also go to SplineMesh and save selected as a prefab. This is something that a lot of you wanted. And now there's a prefab in my scene. Now this allows you to drag and drop these things as prefabs, but it's not great, okay, because this is still generated mesh. All of this uses the same runtime mesh, and it is set as a submesh just so that you can save it into a prefab. But that's a hack way around it, just so that you can spawn things and stuff like that. But you will not be able to make any changes to it, which is why you can always export to an FBX and then save it as a prefab, which is a better way to do things. Okay, this is just a workaround, just so that you can spawn a spline mesh. That's it. If I go over here and then move this mesh and apply my changes, you can see things get broken at the other end. The only way to work around this is to regenerate the mesh manually. That will cause the mesh to be regenerated, but you can see that the visuals will not be regenerated for some reason. Unity thinks that the spline is still the same. You can still edit the spline and then make it work. But yeah, it still works technically, but you need to just move things around, then undo it so that things are refreshed manually. So you should only use it to spawn stuff. As to the code, you can go to the packages section in the project window and then choose SplineMesh. Go to runtime core. You can go to the SplineMesh class. The SplineMesh class now contains a lot more null checks, so that things are a lot more safer. There's been a request. But then I also want to explain that you can use this SplineMesh class and then use class inheritance to create your own SplineMesh algorithm. All you got to do is just create an override for this generate mesh along spline function if you are interested in creating your own splines. You can read how I did it in here. This is exactly how SplineMeshResolution works, because I inherit from SplineMesh and then override it. That's all you need to do. So you can use my base class to create your own implementation of extruding a mesh along your spline if you're interested. And then final thing is high density meshes. For example, if your mesh resolution is high, like 45, and if you generate a mesh, you can see that the mesh doesn't work because it's a high poly mesh. And that's because it has more than 65,535 vertices. That is the maximum allowed vertices for a generated mesh in Unity. All right. This is because it uses the uint16 format. But in this update, there's a tiny boolean here called high density mesh, which will be turned off by default. You can just simply tick it and then generate mesh again. And then the problem will be solved. And if you click on this, you can see that now it uses uint32 format, which takes a little bit more memory. Okay, that is the only drawback, but this will give you the option to work with a bigger spline mesh if it is going through the entire map or something like that. Yeah, and that is all with this update. I will try my best to include this package in the Unity asset store so that it's easier to install. And junctions are a popular request. Like, I know a lot of you are requesting junctions, but it is very tough to do, especially because the roads are custom meshes. The only thing that I can think of doing is the ability to create or mark certain points as junction points and then spawn a new mesh over there. That's the only thing that I can think of which would work. But that would lead to a lot of visual errors too. So it's for junctions, I right now believe it's better to export the mesh to FBX and add a junction mesh wherever you think that's necessary. Or if you're interested, I can try adding that junction feature. Then you'd have to play around with the splines a little bit so that it visually looks like there are no gaps. To make it look as if there's no gaps or anything, that's going to be the challenge. I hope you're happy with the update. Let me know if you have any suggestions or improvements on this thing. And hey, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. See you. Bye-bye.